Hello guys, I am Dr. Masur and today's video I will discuss about the rabies. In this video we will discuss about introduction, causative agent, signs and symptoms, mode of transmission and prevention of rabies. Let's check the introductions. Rabies is an acute, highly communicable infectious disease affecting the central nervous systems and which is transmitted by the rapid animals or bite of rapids animals. And rapids is the only communicable disease of human which is almost always fatal. And that means the mortality rate of the rapids is more than other communicable disease. The term rapid is derived from Latin word rapidus meaning mad, and it is the disease of warm-blooded animals like dogs, cat, monkey, fox, etc. And the rabies is also known as hydrophobia, which means the patient is having a fear of water. Let's take the signs and symptoms of rabies. The disease begins with headache, slight fever, pain at the site of wound, saliva runs from the mouth. This is the beginning of the rabies signs and symptoms, and it stimulates all parts of the central nervous system, sensory, motor, as well as sympathetic nerves. The patient cannot tolerate the noise and bright light. It is photophobia, and there is difficulty in swallowing, fear of water, and intense spasms on being offered food or fluids. The patient dies due to respiratory paralysis or during convulsions, and once the disease sets in, it is fatal, and there is no treatment of hydrophobia, that is fear of water, and due to this, the patient cannot or the patient have the fear of water and intense spasms on being offered food or fruits, and so it is so the death rate of rabies is 100%. Let's take the causative organisms. Causative organism means which can cause the rabies. The organism which cause rabies. The causative organism of rabies is Lisa virus type 1, which is belonging to the Rhabdovirus groups, and it is a bullet-shaped RNA virus. In picture we can see that, and it is found in saliva, urine, lymph, blood, milk of infected animals, and multiplies in the nerve cell. The size of the virus is 100 to 150 microns, and the incubation periods is 10 days to 8 months, even longer, which depends on the site, number of bites, and severity of the bite of rapid animals. On the basis of site, number of bites, and severity of rapid, the incubation period is vary. Let's take the mode of transmission. That means how the rabies virus is transmitted to human. Saliva of rapid animal is the most common source of infections. That means any rabid animals like a dog, monkey, fox, their saliva is the most common source of infection. Means if they bite and the saliva is enter into the human bodies, and that can cause the rabies. The any mammal may become infected with the rabies virus and develop symptoms, but dogs are very far the main source of human rabies, that responsible for up to 99% of all rabies transmissions to human. Infected monkey, raccoons, fox, skunks, cattle, wolves, bats, and cats are also known to transmit rabies to human. Let's take the prevention and control. Clean the wound, scratch with soap and water as early as possible after the biting by the animals. Then apply spirit or other tincture of iodine on the wound and cover with the surgical blades. Observe the biting animal for 10 days. It should not the animal should not be killed but kept under observation for 10 days. If the animal dies or shows signs of illness within 10 days, it means the animal is rabid and anti-rabies treatment should be started immediately. But if the animal survives and shows no sign of illness at the end of 10 days after the bite, then the risk of disease is reduced to nil and no antibiotic treatment is required except cleaning and dressing of the wounds. There are some antibiotic treatment should be given following cases when the animal dies or shows sign of rabies within 10 days after the bite. Second is when the bite animal has run away and cannot be traced or identified. Third is when the bite is from wild animal. In three cases, we can start the anti-rabies treatment. Next is all stray dogs should be killed and pet dogs should be compulsory vaccinated. This is about the prevention and control of rabies. Thank you for watching.